Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream. Live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about altcoins. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys so you can see things happening in real time. And like I said, I'll do my very best to get to your questions and see if we can't do some troubleshooting and problem solving on the fly. So let's get started. Whoops. Ugh. Well, so much for the side camera. There it goes. All right. So welcome everybody. I've got the Pepsi rig going now. My son Alex and I worked on it a little bit to get the triple lighting, right? The red, white, and blue lighting on the fans is a little tricky. So I can demo that for you a little bit, but of course I've got that Pepsi logo on there because I have a Corsair liquid CPU cooler that you can drop JPEGs or PGNs or whatever on there. Cat's here. I just got here. I just drove back from Indiana. Had just enough time to get in, run down here, and get everything set up. So maybe a couple of things aren't going to be set up right, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody. I figured out what was wrong. See, now you probably couldn't have heard me very well, right? So I figured out what was wrong with my mic last week, and there is a mute feature on the Wave 3. I don't think you could, yeah. So if you tap it again, it comes back on. So when we lost sound, it was because I rewatched the live stream, and I was holding a ledger over here close to the mic, and I must have tapped the mic and muted it. And for the life of me, I could not figure out what was wrong with it. It didn't even occur to me till after the live stream was over that it had this crazy orange ring instead of the white ring. And I unplugged it, I plugged it back in, I turned it off, I turned it back off and again. And it's so weird how you can completely turn it off and completely back on again, move it to a different USB port, and that orange light stays on, the mute stays on until you tap it. And then tap it again to unmute it. So you learn something new every week. So welcome to the CryptoDad Amateur Hour. Bye, Kitty. Okay. Thanks, Kitty. All right, so let's see. All right, we got this going. Let's go over here. And hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Sorry about last week. I hope we're getting a good stream rate now. Looks like we're stream rating okay. Dan is here. Thank you for being here again. Dan, thanks for the little text that you sent me yesterday. Went to the doctor. I ended up just going to a, I don't know what you call them, quick emergency room. It's just like a little emergency place where you can go to have somebody look at my ear. So it turns out it's nothing serious. I just had a little ear infection causing a little pressure. But he prescribed some antibiotics, gave me some good advice. You know, some of that stuff I was already doing. But he mentioned that, maybe chew some gum, take some cold medication because it's generally caused by a viral infection or a bacterial infection. So taking cold medicine helps, right? I was already, taking garlic supplements because they're a natural antibiotic, and honey, which is also a natural antibiotic, and Tylenol for the pain. But, these things happen when you get old, man. What can I say? So everybody's, the usual gang is here. Let's see, Kenneth Wiedner. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Kenneth. You're a very faithful live stream viewer. And you notice that I dropped some content this week. That's cool. I did. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I dropped a Secure Your MetaMask with a Trezor device, and I dropped the Ledger Nano S Final Edition setup video, which I had recorded earlier and got it edited. You know, I'm always looking at articles and stuff, and there was an article about YouTube, running a YouTube channel, and it gave me some good advice, which I tend to be kind of myopic and over-focused sometimes. And my usual workflow is I'll think of a video, I'll plan the video, I'll record the video, I'll edit the video, and then I'll post the video. And I'm kind of like, that's my workflow. But the suggestion in the article that I read was, you know, instead of putting yourself under so much pressure to, you know, from beginning to end, you should record several videos, you know, come up with several ideas, record several videos of raw content, and then you can edit them. You know, kind of, you can spend a day editing several videos. And then when you're done, you've got, you know, 3 or 4 videos that you can post, you know, when you feel it's appropriate, in case, you know, if you put them in the can like that, then you might have a day where you're not feeling like doing anything, and it'll come out to where you'll have some videos in the can that you can post. So I'm trying that out. I'm trying to, you know, record, to get up in the morning and record a video, get some content recorded on a daily basis, or, you know, at least a couple days a week. And then, you know, work on some videos that I've already got recorded and get them posted. That way I'm not like under pressure to like from beginning to end. So I'm trying that out, and hopefully, you know, my frequency will get up a little better, and, you know, I'll get more content posted in the long run. Let me see here. I think oh, that is the bottom of it. Okay. Yeah, that's better. I don't know. Maybe I should go with a different software and streaming and all that, but I've been doing this 3 or 4 years now, and I'm kind of stuck in a rut with, you know, I've got everything set up in OBS Studio, so I tend to sort of stick with what works. Anyway, thanks for noticing that, Kenneth. Thanks for everyone else being here. RareM, been listening to you since 2018. Thanks for your instructional videos. I appreciate that. Oh, I can sort of see it over here. JDO is here. Thanks for being here, JDO. Dave Flower is urgent care, right? That's what it was. It's urgent care. That's where I went. Yeah, it cost me $130 to have a doctor, you know, tell me I was okay, that I wasn't dying, right? It was like, you know, oh man, my head hurts. Am I dying? You know, and the doctor's like, he looks in your ear and goes, I've seen worse. That's usually what you need to hear, you know? He goes, well, I'm going to give you a prescription for antibiotics, but you might want to just try, you know, taking cold medication and swallowing or chewing gum for a couple of days. You might feel better, you know, rather than go and waste your money on a prescription. So I thought that was pretty cool of him. Anyway, yeah, I went to urgent care. Let's see. Melanie Knight is here. Thank you. Melanie Knight is here. Thank you. RJ Bizzle, 1984. Hey guys, just wondering, for those of us with the original Ledger Nano S, will this still be supported into the future? That's a very good question. I think I'll jump into that real quick. While we're kind of on the subject, let's see. What have I hope I don't have anything crazy up here. CoinTelegraph, playing with Coinly and a light. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to relog into that. Oh, let's get our password manager going. Yeah, so let's talk about the current Ledger line. I know I tend to talk a little too much about Ledger. It is my go-to wallet, and it's a good example of a very secure wallet, right? A hardware wallet. There's a lot of misconceptions around it. One of the biggest misconceptions that I find people that get with the ledger is that everything is dependent on the device. They worry about the device. They're afraid of it. They're terrified of it. That they're going to press something or do something that's going to break it, and then they're going to lose all their cryptocurrency. That's the biggest misconception I get with the hardware device. What you need to realize, what everybody needs to realize about these hardware devices, is that when you initialize them and write down that 24-word recovery phrase, that is a backup of your wallet. That is a backup of all of your crypto. And I know it's weird that you write down a backup phrase that's for an empty wallet, right? When you first buy it and you write down this backup phrase, you're like, why am I backing up an empty wallet? And the reason why is because you're backing up, basically, it's like you're backing up an address, right? So like you buy a post office box and it's empty, down at the post office, you're gonna save that post office box key somewhere safe so that later down the road when your mailbox is full of mail and checks from all your clients and whatever and all that great stuff that you're hoping to get through the mail, you've got that key, right? That's why, and that's what a hardware device is. You back up, you create that hardware device and it's ready to receive all your crypto. But you need to hide that spare key, which is your backup phrase. So people are worried that they're going to break their device or their device won't be supported or it's going to get outdated. Ledger is not going to support their device or Ledger is going to go out of business. And all the crypto that they have stored using this device is going to become unreachable. That's their fear, right? But that's not the way it works, right? You can always buy a brand new device and use that backup phrase to restore. I know that's weird, but you can, right? Let's see. Let me throw up my most recent. Let's see. Here we are. Let's do Ledger. Whoops. Ledger. Restore. So, yeah, that's it. That's the latest one from 2021, the most recent how to restore a Ledger device. Whoops. Where is, oh, I still haven't even popped out chat. My bad. I was like, where's my chat window? Let's pop it out over here. Okay, kitty. Come on, be a good kitty, okay? Cat. This cat, he knows. Oh my Lord, what has he done? Oh my God. All right. That darn cat. Okay. Jeez. He just rolls around on my keyboard. Look, if you keep doing it, I know I love you too. Yeah, I know. I've been gone all day. Yeah, but you need to stay off my keyboard. It's me and this cat. Did I paste that? Yes. So that's the video, right? So, but the question, cat, you're just gonna have to get down. Come on, kitty. Okay. The question asked was, is Ledger going to support the Ledger Nano S, right? And that's a big fear lately because they've announced their Ledger Nano S final edition, right? Where is it? Ledger Nano S. Oh, they don't even have it listed anymore. No wonder people are weirded out, right? Ledger Nano S final edition. I'd be weirded out too. I'm like, hey, wait, where's my product, right? Ledger Nano S final edition. And I guess they have 10,000 left, probably less now. And they're going to give away a free NFT so that, people will scoop these up kind of more as a collector's item or more as I want to buy the cheapest device possible, right? I'm on a budget, right? So it's $59, right? The next step up is the Ledger Nano S Plus, which has more storage space and a bigger screen for only another $20. It's basically the same device, right? And then, you know, the flagship product is the Ledger Nano X. I got my cap locks on. All right, so this is our flagship device. So the question that people are asking is, why should I buy this? Or I maybe already have one, and are they even going to support it? Well, I don't know what the legal laws are. They're in France anyway. But it was my understanding that Microsoft had to support a Windows version for 7 years. That's someone's asking me, please help how to use. Please help how to use what? That's a vague question. All right. Another misleading idea is that you were totally dependent on Ledger Live, or what if Ledger goes out of business? Yeah. I get those questions a lot. So will they support the device? I'm assuming yes. I'm assuming that they will continue to support the device for many years. Like I said, Microsoft, I believe, was legally obligated to support Windows for 7 years after they discontinued it, if I'm not mistaken. And then there comes a point in time where, like, Microsoft no longer supports Windows 7 because Windows 7 was replaced with something else. I don't know, back in 2000 or something. I don't know. But there did come a time when Microsoft no longer supported Windows 7. Now, that doesn't mean that Windows 7 doesn't work. It just means there's no more fixes, no more updates and whatever. And after that long, there's really not a whole lot you can add to something like that. So, like I said, I don't know for sure, but my assumption is that they're going to support this device with new firmware updates for a good amount of time, right? It's not going to just like drop off the face of the earth as soon as they sell out, right? So rest assured, they're going to support the device. And even if they don't, you know, if you're using a Ledger Nano S that you bought 3 years ago, bully, okay? But why not just upgrade to the next level for $79? You know, I know a lot of people are, you know, don't have $79 to spare. I get it, right? But by the same token, I get a lot of people that are, you know, they're worried because they've got 10 grand worth of crypto and they're storing it on this $59 device, or they don't want to spend $150. They're going for the cheapest device. I'm like, well, wait a minute now, you got 10 grand worth of crypto. Don't you think that maybe you should spend a little bit of money on the device that you use to store it? That's just my thinking, right? And it's easy for me to say that kind of stuff because I've got all kinds of ledgers laying around, you know, and I made some money back in 2020 and 2021 in the crypto market, and I had a lot of profit to play around with, and I'm throwing money around, you know, because you know, I bought a bunch of devices, right? This is my passion, right? So, you know, I guess the key takeaway here is you have a 24-word recovery phrase. So if you have a Ledger Nano S and you're terrified that they're not going to support it, then upgrade. It's $79, right? Or just use it until it doesn't work anymore. And then when it's not working anymore, down 7 or 8 years down the road, you'll buy the latest device and use your recovery phrase to restore. You're never going to lose your crypto if you have your backup phrase, right? Your backup phrase is the most important thing. So, yeah, I get it. I spent $59 worth of my hard-earned money, and I don't you know, I don't want to go out and have to spend more. You know, these guys it's a scam. They're just trying to make me spend more money, and I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to hang on to my, you know, my $59 device for storing my 20 grand worth of crypto. I get that, right? Be frugal, right? That's how rich people stay rich, right? They're frugal. But even that there's nothing wrong with that strategy. As long as you've got your 24-word recovery phrase, you're golden, right? If your device breaks 7 years down the road, then wow, it had a good run, right? Then it's time to bite the bullet and spend the money to buy your replacement, right? Until then, you got nothing to worry about. You got your phrase written down, boom. And if by some crazy thing that happens, Ledger goes out of business, well, if they go out of business, their devices will still work. There just won't be anybody there to update them anymore. But that 24-word recovery phrase is an industry standard. You can restore that phrase to various other crypto wallets, right? It's not a deal breaker if the device becomes permanently unusable across the entire world. If suddenly this device doesn't work anymore, which is like that's like a out of this world possibility case, you still have your backup phrase. You can restore to other wallets, right? So don't get so freaked out about a device that is easily replaceable by another Ledger device or another type of crypto wallet, right? This is all math, right? That backup phrase is all math. Okay, so a lot of people jump in to listen to me spiel about the news. So let's jump into the news. And like I said, so we've got the final edition for $59. We got the Legend Nano S Plus for $79, which is a much better buy. And then the Legend Nano X for $150 if you want the Bluetooth and the battery support, right? So you can use your crypto on the go. But it's not that often that I'm out in the wild playing with my Legend Nano S, Legend Nano X in my phone. Although I have had several occasions to do so. But that's not the norm for me, right? Generally, I'm at home in front of my computer and it's plugged into my computer. It doesn't need the battery. It doesn't need the Bluetooth. But, you know, I've used it with the phone before, right? I've done demo videos and I've done it out there in the wild. I've traded crypto on my phone using, like my phone and my Ledger device. It is possible, but that's kind of, you're probably, if you're just a normal crypto user and you're usually at home, then this is probably your best bet. Anyway, let's jump into the news real quick. I got some stuff lined up. I forgot to, I left this morning to go to my aunt's birthday party down in Indiana. Aunt Ruth is 90 today. And boy, a spry woman, I'll tell you, in great physical health and sharp as a tack, right? It was quite a little shindig to have all the friends and family together for Aunt Ruth. And she invited us to her 100th. She goes, well, I hope you guys are going to be around in 2032 because that'll be my 100th birthday. So we're all like, cool. Yeah. So let's check to see if CoinDesk has a market wrap story. They usually do. I don't see a market wrap. Let me just sum up the crypto market this week. And I will see if we can get my phone to cooperate with us. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, well, that's pretty standard. Yeah, I always have to like toggle Wi-Fi on and off to get this thing to work right. I don't know why that is. But it's a small price to pay for a great app that I can use to share my phone with you guys. Comes in very handy for a lot of things. X Mirage, great piece of software. All right, there's the phone. All right, it's good stuff. Let's go over to crypto.com and take a look at the current price. I got to look at it. Let's look at the current price of Bitcoin. 22,590, not bad. right? Let's do that. Yeah, so 22,590 is pretty darn good considering that it was in the doldrums a couple weeks back, fluttering above and below 20,000, you know, sometimes 19,000, sometimes 20, sometimes 20,005. It sort of broke out in what we would call a relief rally, especially this week. Not sure that any, you know, macro data really drove the rally rather than just people figured it's time to, you know, people wanted to get in to Bitcoin, right? And the rest of the crypto market, everything was way down. There were a lot of bargains out there. I took advantage of a few myself a couple weeks back. And then, you know, there's been a lot of good news for crypto adoption over the last half, you know, this year. But because of the macro conditions of the, you know, the general economy and the Fed raising rates and that sort of thing, it was dragging the crypto market down. And then we had the blow up of Terra, Luna, and their algorithmic stablecoin UST. And on the heels of that, we had the bankruptcy of several crypto hedge funds and some crypto lending platforms that brought the market down. Generally bad for sentiment, so to speak. We'll talk about Celsius a little tonight. But so we had this relief rally. Bitcoin was flirting with 24,000. I believe I saw it a little over 24,000 a day or so ago. It pulled back a little bit yesterday, and it's kind of, you know, it's treading water today, but we're still in good shape as far as I can see. 22.6 is nothing to sneeze at. So bully for that market. Kitty, come on, Kitty. Oh, Kitty, I know, I love you. Come on, go somewhere else. Cat's gonna do something bad. I can just feel it. Okay. All right. So that's the state of the market. I didn't get a chance to post a market wrap story because this morning I left and figured I'd be back in time to scour the news. But I just managed to get home just in time. But I do have some news stories lined up, which are linked down below in the description. The first of which is, this was a big story. Interestingly, you know, it came to light this week that Tesla sold 75% of their Bitcoin. And what was interesting about it was that it was just reporting something that they had done like 3 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. So the effect of this sale on the market is obviously only psychological, right? Because the actual sale took place a while back. So the implications or ramifications or the effects of this huge sale really not, you know, happening now, right? It was 3 months ago. So, but it was kind of a big story. And interestingly enough, I read a story that was talking about their report, their Tesla's earnings report, and their latest quarter would have been negative if it hadn't been for that their cash would have been negative, or cash flow would have been negative if it hadn't been for that sale. So, you know, they bought the Bitcoin as an investment, and they sold the Bitcoin as, you know, a business practice, right? Normally, big firms, big trading firms, big institutional investors, they don't take more than a 20% ding on their positions, right? They usually have stop loss sales, automatic stop loss trades placed, so that when an asset that they're into falls lower than a certain percentage off, you know, wherever they place it, they're going to sell it, right? As a business, it makes sense that they do this. So it doesn't mean that they don't believe in Bitcoin anymore. It just means that they have to do what's right for their business. And, they put their cash into that, and they needed to sell it for financial purposes. So, reality is reality. I didn't really expect, and, Elon Musk is a little bit of not a very, what's the word I'm looking for? He's a little unpredictable, so to speak. I wouldn't go as far as to say unstable, but I would definitely say the guy is unpredictable. Is kind of all over the map as far as what he says, and what he's talking about and stuff. I'm sure he has people that help him run his company, Tesla. But he's a flamboyant character. And I didn't really expect him to buy and hold Bitcoin to the bitter end. So it's not that big of a deal. And like I said, I would love to see the day where Elon Musk's opinion or his Twitter feed had no bearing whatsoever on the crypto market, right? I was really frustrated back in 2021 when the market went up and down over what, Elon Musk was tweeting. Right? Maybe the fact that they sold off a bunch of their Bitcoin earlier will take away some of his, his influence on the market. I think we talked last week, if you're into Bitcoin as a technology and as a long-term investment, then you really should be listening to people like Jack Dorsey, who's a Bitcoin maximalist, or Andreas Antonopoulos, who is, a very smart guy that knows about, the inner workings of Bitcoin. Those are the kind of people that you should be listening to rather than some flamboyant billionaire that, has whims, right? I don't know Elon. I've never met him before, but I will be very glad when his influence on the crypto market is none to zero, right? But that's a big story, right? Oh, they sold all their Bitcoin. So all the Bitcoin, but it didn't really affect the price of Bitcoin that much, right? The market didn't tank when they made this announcement, right? They had their own things to worry about, right? All right, let's take a look and see what else I got lined up for you guys here. I saw this story earlier in the week and bookmarked it. U.S. Congressman Blasts SEC for non-judicial actions against crypto companies. I listened. The congressman is Emmer. Let's see. I'm assuming he's Republican. Maybe not. I'm not sure. It doesn't say it here. Tom Emmer. Let's see. I'm pretty sure he's a Republican. Let's take a look here. He's a representative. Okay. Yeah, he's a Republican. Minnesota? Oh, he's from South Bend, but he's a Minnesota GOP representative of the 6th District. So he was interviewing, interrogating, however you want to think of it, someone from the SEC Enforcement Division. And he was kind of up on his little soapbox talking about that. That basically the gist is that the SEC is going after areas that they have no jurisdiction over. That was his gist, And the guy that he was interviewing, and I don't see it, Gruel, I guess. Gruel. I don't know I don't see his first name. But he's I think the head of enforcement, or one of the people that's high up there's an enforcement arm of the SEC. Gruel admitted to using enforcement actions against companies that are not under their jurisdiction. And basically he's saying, look, if we're trying to collect information, we will send out letters asking people for information. And then those letters, the information is voluntary. Right. And if they don't respond, they might follow up with a subpoena, or something of that nature. And whether or not those people that they're sending those letters to are under their jurisdiction is really not moot. If they feel like they have relevant information, they're going to try to, get answers to their questions from them, even if they don't technically fall under their jurisdiction. But during this interview, questioning, the senator mentioned that they seem to be overly focused on crypto companies and over-regulating them or over-targeting the crypto industry. So it's good that we're seeing a little bit of pushback on the SEC in its regulatory scrutiny of crypto. I've always felt like their scrutiny and their when they made announcements about crypto and how it was their job to protect investors and all that stuff, I always felt like really the SEC is out to protect the little guy. I don't think so. I played around with stocks back in the late 90s, and it didn't take me long to figure out it was a rigged game, that the major players were making money and the little guys, the retail investors, were generally getting screwed over. So I never, the SEC is just like about every government agency out there now. They protect the interest of the status quo, right? They're not there to protect the little guy. They're basically controlled by the interested parties, and usually of the industries that they're supposed to be regulating. That's kind of how it is in the U.S. The people that run the EPA are generally under the thumb of the big oil, gas, and coal industry bigwigs, right? Or they're rotating in and out of positions, right? He may be head of an oil company and then he's head of the EPA, or the FDA. The FDA is supposed to be regulating drug companies, but they're pretty much beholden to drug companies. They get all their funding from the drug companies, and ex-drug company executives, rotate into the FDA, right? Same with the SEC. I'm sure, like everybody, the big banks, the big brokerage firms, they have a revolving door too. First he used to work for Goldman Sachs, now he's on the SEC. It's like it's just a big club, and we aren't in it, right? So whenever I hear them talk about crypto and how they're trying to crush crypto in the interest of me, I am very, I don't buy it, not one bit, right? They're not trying to protect me from crypto. They're trying to protect their own. So anyway, but it's good. There's some pushback now because crypto is, even let's say, some of the powers that be are discovering crypto and they're getting into it, right? So now we've got some people on our side that have a little pull. Right, it's a good thing. Let's see what else we got. What's next? Right, that's what Tosh always says. What's next? Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about this. The 3AC, Three Arrows Capital, was one of the big crypto hedge funds that declared bankruptcy recently, and this has been a big concern in the crypto market. Is the collapse of the Terra Luna ecosystem, the collapse of Celsius, and then the collapse of Three Arrows Capital and Voyager, and then some other lending firm. They at first they were the two founders of Three Arrows Capital were supposedly unreachable. Nobody knew where they were, and blah, 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 blah. So they did an interview with Bloomberg from wherever they are. They didn't admit where they were, but apparently they're in somewhere in the Middle East. But they gave an interview, and the first thing they said is, look, we're we're kind of underground because we've received death threats, right? For number one. Number two, they were in constant contact with all of the people they were supposed to be in contact with, the regulatory agencies, that sort of thing. They just weren't out in public. So this whole narrative that they disappeared was kind of, they were trying to, make it clear that they hadn't disappeared. There just wasn't any press on where they happened to be. But they were in communication with regulatory agencies and that sort of thing. Also, their claim is, look, we lost money too. We're really sorry that people lost money. We made bad bets. They admitted that. And the kind of bets that they were doing were aggressive to the positive, right? And that's kind of the whole point of what went wrong in the crypto market. Most of these failures had to do with people betting big on the crypto market continuing to go up, right? So they were borrowing and lending and taking, they were leveraging and buying more crypto to try to, capitalize on an up market. And that's all great. And then, that's good if you're aggressive. But in a down market, those strategies blow up, right? So these were people that made bad bets. And that's their story. And then I guess there was a lot of talk about them being, flamboyant and being out in clubs and throwing money around and driving Lamborghinis and all this stuff, or that they tried to cash out at the end. And they basically said, no, towards the end, we were trying to save it, and we pumped in some of our own money, and we lost big. And then they were betting on Luna, and they believed in Luna. They had met Do Kwon a few times, and they, thought he was doing, good. All of us did, right? It was a great idea. I still don't believe it was a scam. I believe that they were, that the Luna UST ecosystem was a great idea, maybe just not implemented well, and got dependent too much on the outside things. And I believe it was definitely attacked by someone with big pockets. Right, that's how this whole thing started. So Three Arrows Capital lost a lot of, in their Luna investment, and that made them come up short in other areas. And then, one thing led to another. Crypto sentiment soured. The market started tanking, and all their leverage bets started coming back to haunt them, right? So there they go. The founders denied any allegations of pulling money out. They also cleared the air around a $50 million yacht that was disclosed in the recently filed court case. Zeus said the boat was bought over a year ago and commissioned to be built and used in Europe, adding the yacht has a full money trail. What else did they say? They said something about I don't know, maybe I read a different story, but they said, look, I only have 2 houses. I don't go to clubs and throw money around, I don't drive a Lamborghini, he rides his bike to work or whatever. So, one of the things they mentioned here is that, I don't see it here, maybe I read it in a different story. It was something about making a bad bet is not, there's a big difference between making a bad judgment and being a fraud, right? They made bad decisions, right? They made bad bets, but that doesn't mean they were fraudsters, right? I think they thought they were going to get rich along with everyone else, right? Let's see. So they have surfaced and been interviewed, and that's their story. Let's see what else we got here. I think I got one more. Oh, yeah, here. Now, this is a failed crypto lender. Cred blames its demise on Uphold in a suit. They filed suit against Uphold. because they were partnering with Uphold. And there was a product within Uphold called Cred Earn, which was inviting Uphold users to invest their money with this Cred Earn service, where you're basically depositing money. Although not as high profile, Cred's bankruptcy case holds a number of parallels to those of Celsius and Voyager, two crypto investment platforms that filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Okay, and this is important. The Cred case is a reminder that centralized financial intermediaries have, for years, been drawing investors into the decentralized world of cryptocurrency through flashy marketing and seemingly too good to be true promises of high interest rate. These past few months are not the first time that the risk of one might call CDFI, or centralized DeFi, right? These are centralized companies that are claiming that using DeFi, they'll make you rich, right? Just let us do it for you, right? Just give us all your money and we'll go invest in DeFi and you'll get awesome returns, right? This is what happens when you trust third parties, right? Make sure I don't tap this thing with my nose, turn it off. So, what really we need to take away from all this is that these are companies that are trying to leverage DeFi to get rich, right? So they're playing with other people's money. They want good returns for their investors, right? Because that benefits them, right? But being involved in DeFi is one thing, right? If you're staking your money natively on a blockchain, whether it's Cardano or Polkadot or Atom, that's between you and your wallet and that blockchain, right? But giving your money, transferring your hard-earned money directly to a company that's going to take your money and then turn around and they'll take your money, buy crypto, and use it as collateral for big loans, and then they'll take those loans and lend them out to other people to try and multiply their rewards, or that's like pie in the sky kind of stuff that gets people in trouble, right? Anybody that there are professional traders that do like trade futures and they leverage and all that kind of stuff. But your average retail investor should not be playing around with leverage, right? I was reading a story earlier about Celsius, and someone, his story was that he had taken out $100,000 mortgage loan and invested it in Celsius, right? $100,000 against his house and put it into Celsius. That is not wise investment behavior. I mean, I feel bad for the guy, but that is not the way to... Marco, come on, please. I don't mean to, criticize anybody's investment strategy, but my thing has always been, find a crypto that you feel is has a use case and a long-term business plan and is a good investment, and you can buy that, right? And if you want to get involved in DeFi and stake your coin, if you've got coins that are just laying around in your wallet that are stakeable, good idea to stake your coins, right? But mortgaging your house and investing in a crypto lending firm that's promising you, too good to be true rewards, that's taking it too far. I never buy crypto on my credit card. That's just me, right? And I did a loan on Anchor Protocol. I put up some Luna as collateral and took out a loan. And then I used my loan to buy more Luna. And luckily I got out of that, right? I paid off the loan, and got out of it. But that was the most stressful thing I had ever done, because at the time that I made that I took out that loan and bought that Luna with my, the money that I got, the market went down, right? So I ended up having to take a loss just to get out of that position. And I remembered what I told myself is, like, don't leverage yourself. That's a leverage. When you borrow against your crypto to get cash, in this case it was UST. But when you put up your crypto as collateral and take out a loan and then go spend that loan on other crypto, that's leveraging, right? And then all of a sudden that $5,000 that I used to buy Luna suddenly was only worth $3,000, right? And so I needed to pay off that $5,000 in order to get my collateral out of the smart contract, right? And that was a really bad feeling. Don't leverage yourself, right? If you buy Bitcoin with money that you can afford to invest and you want to ride it out, that's great. Bitcoin goes down to 10,000, you can handle that, right? Because you only invested money that you could afford to invest, right? So that's a good strategy for me personally. I would recommend that to everyone else. And, if you are looking for a moonshot and you've got $5,000 that you can afford to lose, more power to you, right? But if you can afford to lose it. But don't mortgage your house and go, bet on a moonshot. That's like, mortgaging your house and going to Vegas and playing blackjack. You might win, you might not, right? But you don't want to risk something so precious. So anyway, this is what we're talking about with all of these. We talked last week about how people are equating these business failures with the crypto market in general. It is crypto related, but that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with Bitcoin. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, any of the major cryptos. They had nothing to do with any of this. These were companies that were in the business of taking people's money and leveraging it and investing it in other stuff and taking big risks with other people's money, pretty much, right? And sometimes their own as well. This is not crypto. These are, people that are involved in crypto making bad decisions. All right, so I think that's enough. It's almost 7. We're just getting through the news. I think Rowan's moonshot was 17 cents. I hope it goes back up there. I'm staking a bunch. I'm not very confident. Well, it's tough, because most of the crypto in my portfolio are down, and I have a lot of altcoins, right? Are down like 80% off their highs, right? So those tough pill to swallow, right? And it's not like a crypto that's down 80% is just going to bounce back like a rubber band. So you have to, be realistic about it. Now, if you bought Bitcoin and held Bitcoin, you're still in pretty good shape, right? Bitcoin's not going anywhere. Bitcoin is off its highs, but it's, in my mind, it's a good investment, right? But if you bought some like small cap altcoins, you're probably hurting pretty bad right now. So if you can afford to hold on to them, great. If you need to sell them to take a loss for your taxes, then bite the bullet and do it. If you're down 20% or 50%, you maybe just take the loss and, move on with your life, right? But it's a tough time for people that are invested in crypto right now. And a really tough time for people that trusted third parties, right? Crypto is self-custody. I wanted to talk about that tonight. Let's talk a little bit about we'll move some crypto around, but I have a lot of people that ask me this question: is it safe? And I'm like, what do you mean by that? Is it safe? Like, is anything safe? But basically what they mean is, I think what they're asking me is this risk-free? But I think a lot of people, they're worried about, I know that there are a lot of people that are terrified to put their crypto in their own wallet. They're just worried something's going to break and they'll lose it, right? So I've done some videos, like, the video is straightforward, like how to buy Bitcoin on Coinbase and store it in a ledger, right? That's the video. And then someone will comment and say, is this safe, with a question mark? And I'm like, what do you mean by that? I think that we're pampered in American society, and we feel like everything should be a guarantee, right? Like if anything bad happens, we're going to be made whole again, right? I think everyone goes through life thinking that that's what life is like in the U.S., mostly because they've never lost it, they've never suffered through bank closures like the Great Depression, right? So, but they go and they buy, I don't know, they go buy something stupid on Amazon and they don't like it, and they return it. They get their money back. It's not what I wanted. It's not what it says it was, and I want my money back, and they get their money back, right? And they think crypto should be like that, right? I made a mistake. Well, I want my money back. Like, dude, crypto is not like that. Crypto is all you. You are totally responsible for crypto. There's nobody to turn to and ask for help to get made whole again if you screw it up, right? There's no safety net. Buyer beware, right? I experienced this when I went abroad and taught English. I think I talked to you guys a little bit about being in South Korea and Indonesia, and like, you buy something there, that's it. You buy it, you bought it. You don't like go whining if you don't like it. They're not going to give you your money back. It's just not how things work over there. But, here in the U.S., people like buy fruit, and then they go back to the grocery store the next day and go, oh, there's a brown spot on this one. Give me my money back. It's just like, crypto is so alien to that, right? Crypto, it's like another mindset that you have to realize that it is all math, right? It's irreversible, and you are totally responsible. And that's a good thing, right? You should be responsible, right? I didn't trust my crypto with a third party, so I didn't lose any money in these, like, with Celsius or anybody, right? I lost in the Luna fiasco because I didn't sell my Luna in time, but that's the risk I was willing to take, right? But I'm not sitting around disgruntled blaming somebody else for my problems, right? A lot of people out there blaming Three Arrows Capital because they're broke now, or they lost money in the crypto market because of Three Arrows Capital. Or they put their money in Celsius and now they can't get it back. So they're blaming Celsius. The government should do something, right? The government should do something and make me whole again, Well, you take a risk, and it goes wrong, that's on you, right? I'm really sorry that you mortgaged your house to invest in Celsius. But that's, we're adults, aren't we? Shouldn't we suffer the consequences of our own mistakes? Anyway, I'm getting off track. Is it safe, right? Now, nothing is 100% safe, but if done properly, your crypto is safe and secure if you do it correctly, right? If you have confidence in yourself. Let's see. So what were we going to do? I don't know what we're going to do. Buy and take. Let me see if there's any good questions we can get me going here. Thank you, Dan and JDO, for being there to answer the questions coming in. I go through the live stream the next day, and I saw somebody asking a question, and she was pretty upset that I wasn't answering the question. I forget what it was, but she kept saying, I want CryptoDad to answer. And everybody was like telling her, JDO and Dan can answer a lot of the questions. And she's like, no, I want CryptoDad to answer. And you guys were like, send him an email. She didn't. All right. So, I don't know. A lot of people come into the live stream and, whining and complaining that they want somebody to answer their question, but they don't have the patience to sit down and type an email to me. Right? Well, they must not really want their question answered that bad, So anyway, I'm sorry. And the problem for me is that I cannot contact someone after the live stream is over if all they do is leave a question in the live stream. I cannot click on them and send them an email, anything. I have no way of contacting someone that asks me a question in the live stream if I miss it. Like when I'm watching the next day, The only way that I can contact you is if you leave a comment down below the live stream. But you can't leave a comment until after the live stream is over. Or if you shoot me an email. Now, sometimes the people that ask questions in the live stream are people that I have asked me questions in comments in earlier videos. Like I've had people that I think last week and the week before that came in, they asked the same question that they had left in a comment on one of my videos. So I was able to go into those comments and reply to them. But if all you're doing is talking in the chat stream window, I have no way of contacting you after the live stream. So I'm really sorry. If I miss your question and you're freaking out, please send me an email. My email is in the description down below. All right. So having said that, let me see if I can find anybody that's asking a question. Dave Flowers, thanks for being here again. Does CryptoDad lose anything in Luna? Yeah, I lost about 3,600 in Luna. At one point, my Luna bag was like 10 grand because Luna was over 100. I think I had 100 Luna. And when Luna started to crash, I figured that it would survive, right? I had no idea. I even bought more Luna when it was at 30, right? I think I bought another $500 worth of Luna when it was $30, thinking, oh man, I'm getting this out of steel. And it just kept going down. So yeah, I lost in Luna for sure. Yes, Adam is doing amazing. I bought a decent amount about a month ago, which is a good move. Love the tangent. You're 100% right. Same with the NFT space. Own your decisions. I agree. Thanks, Dylan. There was someone here that refused to repost their question with some more detail. Some people cannot be helped. I do a great job of answering questions. I'll do my best. I've been doing this a long time. I did a lot of PC tech support over the years, and there are certain people that they're never satisfied when you answer their questions, and it's like they're trying to suck you into their emotional black hole. And so you'll answer a question and then they'll come back and go, oh, that's not what I wanted to hear. And, they can. So you have to be kind of selective about whose questions you answer and whose you don't. But most people are pretty genuine. They just need help, a little help. I had questions. That's why I started this channel. When I first started back in 2013, there was nobody to ask. I had to do my own research. And I remember thinking, God, if I could just find somebody on the internet that would explain it to me step by step and give me an example. I just needed to see an example. For me, I need to see an example of it working in real time right in front of me, right? You can tell me all day long, oh, this is how you do it. I need to see it happening right in front of my eyes. And then I'll get it, right? And I couldn't find anything like that back in 2013. I had to look at Reddit boards, and I'd get a piece here and a piece there, and trial and error and figure out how things worked and all that stuff. And that's why I started the channel in 2017. I said, look, I wish there was somebody around like me that could give me a good example and walk me through it step by step and show me on the screen and actually move the crypto instead of just saying they're going to do it. All right. So in that vein, let's see. I don't know. What should we buy tonight? Should we buy something good tonight? Let's do Binance US. By the way, Coinbase will shortly be sunsetting their Coinbase Pro. As it stands, it still works, but they're combining the functionality of Coinbase Pro in with Coinbase right now. And the last time we bought some crypto on Coinbase, and I tried to transfer it, it told me I had to wait 3 to 5 business days or 7 days or whatever. Whereas before, I was always able to move my crypto out from Coinbase right away. Now, Coinbase Pro, no. Coinbase Pro, you had to make a deposit. And if you bought, like if you had a zero balance and you deposited $100 and bought $100 worth of Bitcoin, you could not move that Bitcoin out for 3 to 5 business days. But if you went on Coinbase proper and used your bank account or your debit card and paid that merchant fee, they would let you withdraw immediately. But now I don't think so. And then I was doing a video and I had bought some Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Polygon on Binance US. And I withdrew the Bitcoin and the Ethereum, but when I went to withdraw the Polygon, they said, you have to wait 7 days or something like that. And but that was a glitch because after a couple of days later, I withdrew the Polygon and there was no problem. So as far as I can tell, when you buy something on Binance US with your bank account, you can withdraw it right away. But I'm always doing small amounts. So I'm not sure what their policy is if, you come in there and buy $5,000 worth of Bitcoin. Are they going to let you withdraw that right away? I don't know. I couldn't say. They probably have some somewhere, which I could poke around. I don't know if I could find it, what their policies are on that. There's probably limits and that sort of thing, withdrawal limits and that. But generally, the policy is that you have to wait for your money to clear before you can make your withdrawal. But in practice, they'll let you withdraw it. All right, so let's go ahead and let's buy. We're jabbing around about Polygon. So let me try that because I just want to demonstrate that you can withdraw using, whoops, I guess that would be under MATIC. Yeah, that you can withdraw on the MATIC network and save fees. And this will also be like a cautionary tale. Let's do 50. Oh, I don't have that much. So yeah, I was like, okay, I'm going to use my bank account, $50 directly out of my bank, ACH transfer for MATIC Polygon. Let's see. Only a 25-cent charge, which is cheaper than Coinbase. We'll confirm this. And I don't know why, it just seems like every time I try to make a purchase on, it didn't give me the error message this time. Right? Usually it does, right? Now it says the order is being processed. Let's see what happens now. We're going back to the wallet. Okay, there is the purchase, and it says it was successful, and I have 56 MATIC. All right, so we're going to see if we can withdraw this immediately from our cryptocurrency exchange. But I would like to go over something that catches a lot of people. And it's that, and it happened a lot on Binance. because Binance had it for a long time before Binance US had it, which is allowing you to withdraw or deposit on different networks. And it wasn't clear. So, for example, let's open Ledger Live, because Ledger Live supports MATIC, native MATIC, right? You can store native MATIC in Ledger Live now. Let's go ahead and I'm always checking my mic to make sure I haven't bumped it. I have two kinds of MATIC in my ledger, controlled by my ledger, protected by my ledger, right? I have, let's go to portfolio. I have Polygon. They call it Polygon, right? And it's designated as MATIC. But then I also have this one, which they're calling, instead of calling it Polygon, they're calling it MATIC. And but they're also calling it MATIC here. So you can see I've got 968 MATIC here, designated Polygon, and then I have 488 MATIC here, designated as MATIC. Now this MATIC is ERC20 based MATIC, right? Most of the exchanges like Coinbase that were selling MATIC in the beginning were selling the ERC20 version of MATIC. They weren't selling native MATIC. It's pegged to the same price, but it was treated as an ERC20 token. So you had to pay Ethereum fees on it. Now, later, Ledger Live added native Polygon support. So if you look at my accounts, I have a native Polygon account, and then I also have some MATIC in my Ethereum wallet. Interestingly enough, this Ethereum wallet has this address, right, which ends in 478BD, right? This is taken from my Ledger device, right? That's the first Ethereum wallet that my Ledger generated. But if we take a look at this Polygon account, and we look at the address of the Polygon account, same address, right? Different network, same address. That's what's kind of weird about the Ethereum virtual machine, is if you have one wallet, you can switch networks and you'll see different balances, right? We see this in MetaMask, right? So if we're using MetaMask, for example, let's look at this account real quick, because it's a good account, good example, because I have various cryptos on different networks. Right there is the address is C864, or the last three. If I switch to the Polygon mainnet, you see there's a little bit of Polygon in there, but it's the same address. Right? So a wallet will have the same address, but different balances on different networks. There's a little bit of phantom in this wallet, same address, ends in C864. So be aware of that. So what that means is if I accidentally send the wrong kind of coin to a wallet, then I'll be able to see it if I configure my wallet correctly. What happens to a lot of people is they'll go to their cryptocurrency exchange and they'll say, okay, I got a bunch of BNB here. I want to withdraw it. All right. And, but when I go here, it asks me, well, how would you like to withdraw it? Now, it used to do this. It used to say, okay, it would say, BE, or let's do Ethereum. I think Ethereum's a better example of it. Although they probably won't let me do a withdrawal because there's no Ethereum in there right now. But basically, what was happening was they would go to withdraw something that had support for multiple networks. Oh, Lord in heaven. Let's do the MATIC. All right. And say, oh, okay, so you want to withdraw your MATIC. And when you click this, it would show you that there were 3 different networks that you could use. And they had the fee next to each one, right? So most people had ERC20 tokens. And they needed to put them in an ERC20 based wallet, like their Ethereum wallet, their Ledger wallet. But then they would pull this thing up and go, oh, wait a minute. If I use ERC20, it's going to cost me $10. But if I use BEP20, it'll only cost me 50 cents. Well, hell, that's cheaper. So let me use BEP20. Not knowing that they would never get the tokens because they didn't have a BEP20 wallet. Right? So a lot of people were losing crypto like that because they were making withdrawals onto the wrong network simply because it looked cheaper to them. And then finally, Binance wised up and started warning people, don't do this unless you know what you're doing, right? And you can still do it on... Binance US, but they don't give you the prices anymore. But let's take this out, right? So we're going to the same address, right? So if I were to withdraw this MATIC on ERC20 to this address, it's going to show up in my wallet as an ERC20 token. And I'll pay a $2.79 fee, right? But if I withdraw this on the Polygon network and store it in my native Polygon wallet, then I'm only paying a 9-cent fee, right? But you have to know what you're doing, right? I'm going to withdraw into a native Polygon wallet that I have set up because I know what I'm doing. But a lot of people were getting messed up on the Binance proper and Binance US because of these fee structures that they would show based on the different networks, right? They wanted to give you the flexibility of choosing all the different possible networks. Right? So you could basically use the cryptocurrency exchange as kind of a cross-chain converter if you knew what you were doing. But what was happening was people were seeing the fees and thinking, oh, well, instead of $2, I want to pay 20 cents, and then their crypto would disappear because they were sitting there waiting for it to come into their Ethereum-based wallet. So some of those people I could help. I would say, okay, you need to set up MetaMask. You need to set up the Polygon network in MetaMask. And then when you flip to Polygon, you'll see your tokens that you sent by accident to the Polygon network. But sometimes they were doing crypto exchange to exchange transfers. They were like transferring from Binance US to some other exchange. Well, that's a whole different ball of wax. Then you got to go to the other exchange and contact their support, and hopefully they're helpful enough to help you find it. All right. But yeah, so we're going to do the MATIC, and let's see what happens. We're going to try this and see if they're going to let me withdraw this without telling me I need to wait for 7 days. They might. Right? Let's try it. Is it done? Oh, okay. So they did. They let me withdraw it right away. No problem. No questions asked. All right. Let's go. They're going to send me an email confirmation. We need to confirm that email to my CryptoDad email. There's the withdrawal request. We'll hit confirm withdrawal. And that was successful, right? All right, so now we should see the Polygon. We have a balance. We have a 0 available balance because we just put it in motion. And the unavailable balance is the 56.9. If we click on here, we can look at our transaction history of MATIC, and you can see that there's a pending outgoing withdrawal on the MATIC network, right? So when we go over to Ledger Live, we should see it come in here rather than over in my Ethereum wallet. So we saved on fees by using MATIC network. But you just need to remember that, you know, you have to kind of know what you're doing, you know. It's sad to say that. A lot of people are getting into crypto and they haven't wrapped their head around everything, and really they don't want to, right? They just want it to be easy. They want to get rich quick, right? And they don't really want to take the time to understand exactly what's going on. And unfortunately, crypto is a nascent industry. I remember back in the 90s, you know, I had a PC. You really had to know what you were doing to play around with a PC back then. It wasn't like idiot proof. You could, you know, you could wipe your hard disk easy. It didn't have a lot of flexibility. It wasn't very forgiving. You know, you were using DOS, and if you mistyped a command, then it wouldn't work, right? It was not forgiving in any sense, you know. And sometimes you would do something wrong, and you got weird error messages. You didn't know what you had done wrong. You just saw some generic error message with no explanation. All right. Nowadays, you get a computer, it's running a graphical user interface. You've got, you know, 24/7 tech support. It's much more user-friendly, and there's much more support behind it, right? Hopefully, crypto will be like that someday. The only problem is that nobody owns Bitcoin, right? There's no company behind Bitcoin to set up 24/7 phone support, right? And that's what a lot of people want that now. They want to just pick up the phone and get an answer, right? And, you know, a lot of people use me like that. And, you know, I can tell when someone has done zero research and just doesn't want to do any research and just wants to ask me for a quick answer to their question. And I'm happy to provide the answer. The problem is sometimes my answer, even though it's pretty straightforward, it opens up a whole nother can of worms for them. And they're like, oh, well, okay, well, what about this? And what about this? And what about that? You know, it's like a simple answer doesn't solve their problem because they haven't done any of their own research yet. So it's not a quick and easy thing, you know. That's why I started the channel. You know, I have step-by-step tutorials with examples so that you can follow me along. And I get a lot of people, they'll say, man, I watch your video and I pause it every 10 seconds and follow along with my device. And, you know, bully. That's why I do these videos. Let's see. Can I transfer ERC20 MATIC to Polygon in my ledger? Yes, you can, Barbara. All you have to do, if you bought some MATIC over on Binance US, you can withdraw it in those three formats. And in order to support Polygon, native Polygon with your Ledger device, all you have to do is install the MATIC app, right? Let me go ahead and connect my Ledger and show you the whole step, right? Let's go ahead and delete this. Oh, did it come in? Yeah, it came in, right? The MATIC came in. Let's start this from scratch, right? Let's remove from portfolio. It used to say delete, right? Which was scary. It was like, delete? I don't want to delete it. But you're just removing it from the portfolio. Let me go ahead and enter my PIN here. Okay. Let's go over to the Ledger Manager. Let me see how I'm going to do this. Oh my God, this camera. Okay. All right, there it is. Oh, and I had it set up for that yeah, I had it set up for that video I did for the Trezor, right? That's the Trezor T is more squarish. Okay, so here we go. So here we're going to allow Ledger Manager to get into the Ledger Manager. Ledger Manager is where you install the apps on the device, right? The device has its own little software. Each crypto has its own little app that it runs, right? Let me just hide this for a sec. So we check, it's up to date, and I can look, oh, look, there's app updates, right? So we need to run app updates whenever we see them, right? Cosmos and Polkadot need updates, right? So if you're using Kepler or you're using the Polkadot website for native staking, anything like that, you may not hardly ever use Ledger Live, right? You might be like self-sufficient, right? But occasionally you should come back, launch Ledger Live, and make sure that you have your apps up to date, right? So you just click update. Look, I'm almost full. I've almost filled up this Ledger Nano X. I don't know how many apps. Oh, I got 28 apps on here. They say hundreds. I can't imagine ever having hundreds of apps on here. Oh, I'm going to show you what's going on here. Right, you should see some processing going on over here. Right, but the real reason we came over here is so I could show you how MATIC works. Barbara asked about MATIC. See, I saw Barbara's question. I just happened to be looking at the chat window, and I saw Barbara ask the question. All right, we just updated Cosmos, and now it should update our Polkadot. There it goes. Okay. I wish I could edit out this part. Okay, it's done, right? So always make sure your device is running the latest firmware and has all of the apps updated. So we wanted to talk about the MATIC. Where the heck is it? There it is. They call it Polygon. Let's delete it, right? Now, I just deleted Polygon, the app, right? Did I delete the private key for the Polygon wallet? The answer is yes, I did. I just deleted the private key for my Polygon wallet. Is the Polygon wallet now gone, lost forever? No, it's not, because the master private key that is on this ledger is responsible, integral in generating all of the sub keys for all the different cryptocurrencies. So if I go back and reinstall the MATIC app on my device, I am recreating the exact same wallet it created the first time. Funny how that works, right? That's how math is, right? It remembers. Did it do it already? Wow, that was fast. Okay, so now we're on Polygon, right? So let's go back over to accounts. Let's go ahead and click both buttons to get into the Polygon app. It says application is ready. Let's go over to add account. Let's choose Polygon. And we'll hit continue. So now it's searching the device for any existing wallets. Well, yeah, it's going to find a wallet because we had one there before, right? Whenever you generate a new wallet, whenever you install an app, it generates a wallet. First time you do it, it's an empty wallet. But once you, and even if it stays empty, you can delete the app and reinstall the app, the exact same wallet will still be there. Same one it generated the time before. So as you can see, there's more than one on here. Yeah, we'll just focus on this one, and we'll just call it Polygon. This is the one that was there before, right? That you saw me delete a few minutes ago. The one that we just saw some Polygon come into, right? And if you look at it at the receiving address, it's the exact same address that it was before. It's the same wallet, right? So I deleted the account, I deleted the app, right? Destroyed the wallet, destroyed the private key, but all I had to do was reinstall the app. The ledger, which is deterministic, generated the exact same wallet it did the first time it generated a wallet, right? That's the beauty of the ledger, right? So you can destroy all of the apps on your device and reinstall them, and all of your wallets will be intact. You can destroy the device. You can hit it with a hammer. You can stomp up and down on it. You can throw it into a swimming pool, and then all you have to do is buy a new one and use your 24-word recovery phrase to restore, and that same master private key gets migrated or imported onto the new device, and then the new device, all you got to do is reinstall all of your individual apps. All of the individual wallets will magically reappear with all of your existing balances, right? Because they're all pointing to existing addresses on the blockchain. So if you put some crypto in those wallets, it'll still be accessible when you reinstall the app. So we move, okay, so we proved anything. We proved that we were able to buy some crypto on Binance US and withdraw immediately, even though it was a small amount. It was only $50 worth. So that was good. We proved that you can manage native Polygon in Ledger Live, right? You could also manage it over in MetaMask too, right? So if we pull up that same Ledger device, which just happens to be on here, is it? Oh yeah, hidden, Ethereum hidden. Ethereum hidden, if we look at the Ethereum side of this wallet, it's basically the exact same wallet that we're looking at over here in our ledger, right? We've got the ApeCoin, the Mana, and the MATIC. If we go over here and look at, let's make it big. We should have all the same tokens, right? We've got is the ApeCoin in there? Yeah, see the ApeCoin is down there. The MATIC should be there, right? That's the ERC20 based MATIC. All right, same wallet because I've connected this ledger to MetaMask, the ledger device, right? Now, what's going to happen if we flip from Ethereum mainnet over to Polygon? Well, we should see this, right? We should see this wallet if we flip over to the Polygon mainnet. Let's see what happens. We flip from Ethereum to Polygon, and lo and behold, there it is, right? Is that the same balance? It looks different. Yeah, 1025, 1025, right? Also, this quick is showing up here. Is it showing up here? Yeah, it shows up here too, right? You get some pricing information here. I don't see that Decentraland. So why don't I see that? Let me check here. Let's check. Okay. So here's a fun game. Let's go to Mana. Why don't we see that Mana? Oh, I don't know. If I don't see it in MetaMask, I can import the token, right? I can't do that in Ledger Live, but I can do it in MetaMask, right? So, but I don't need the Ethereum contract for Mana. I need the Polygon contract address. So these three dots indicate there's more than one chain for this token, right? So if I click here, I can see that there's a Polygon contract address, a Sora, and an Energy. I don't know about these two, but this is the one I'm after, right? If I click and copy, and that's not the same as this one, right? Two different contract addresses. But in MetaMask, I'm already on the Polygon network, so I should be able to import that token into my list. Let's paste in that contract address, and it sees that it's mana and autofills. We add, and there's that balance, right? We do the import, and there now it shows those mana tokens. No pricing information, unfortunately. MetaMask doesn't give, isn't great with pricing APIs on alternate networks, right? Doesn't mean the coins are worthless. It just means it doesn't have pricing APIs. It has pricing APIs for most Ethereum-based tokens, right? It shows prices here. But when you're on different networks, it doesn't always show you the current prices. But it shows your amount, so that's what's important. I can always go over here and just put in 220 to get the current value of those mana tokens, right? Isn't that what it says over here? Yeah, about 217 over here. So don't freak out if you don't see pricing information for your tokens. It does not mean that they're worthless. It just means that the pricing APIs aren't getting, fed with the proper pricing data. But as long as you see your coins in the wallet, that's the most important thing. Yeah, sometimes Ledger won't support a certain token. I know if you're buying tokens on Uniswap, and you're on Discord and you're trying to scoop up newly released tokens over on Uniswap, it's probably not going to be supported in Ledger Live, right? You'll have to make sure that you've imported the contract address over in MetaMask, or whatever wallet you're using when you trade on Uniswap, right? But I get that a lot too. People will find some new token. Maybe they go buy it on some rinky-dink exchange, or they swap for it on Uniswap or whatever, and then they want to move it into their Ledger device, and it doesn't show up, and they freak out. Well, as I just showed you, even the coins that are being managed in Ledger Live can also be viewed in MetaMask, right? We're looking at the exact same ledger address, right? So if you don't see them in Ledger Live, if you transfer coins from an exchange into your Ledger Live Ethereum wallet and you don't see that ERC20 token, you can always go import it, just like I did. I did it on the Polygon network, but you can do the same thing on the Ethereum side too. I don't see any coins at the moment that aren't showing up on this guy. But you can import tokens on the Ethereum side too. Okay. I'm going to scroll back a little. First thing I always tell people is learn how to use a cold wallet before you learn anything else. Having a ledger is first priority. I agree. I started off, I think the first wallet that I used was Armory. The Armory wallet, which was a pretty decent wallet. That's when I bought my Bitcoin miner. But this is not it. This BitcoinArmory.com. Yeah, so it was weird because it worked for a while, and then the developer team fell apart. I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah. Anyway, I've never been able to make this wallet work the way it worked when I first used it. It requires Bitcoin Core to be running in the background. So if you just download and install this wallet and you don't have Bitcoin Core running, it just nothing happens. Right? But I remember when I first downloaded it, it automatically downloaded Bitcoin Core for you. It would just do. And it's free and it's open source, but it only works with Bitcoin. The next one I used was Electrum Bitcoin wallet. I used Electrum Bitcoin wallet for a while, which is also a very good Bitcoin wallet. And then when I first got into Ethereum, I used the, I don't think it is around anymore. They used to have this Mist wallet, which was like you downloaded the entire Ethereum blockchain to your computer to run it, right? I think it might still be around. Yeah, it's not there anymore. But then I discovered Ledger in 2017, and I've never looked back, right? But before I ever bought a Ledger, when I was playing around with Bitcoin, I would see, like, they'd say Ledger is supported or something like that. Like, I had stumbled upon the Ledger device before I ever bought one, just by poking around on the internet. And at that time, this was pre-Ledger Live, when all they had was the device. And Trezors were like that too. They came out with the Trezor device, and they came out with the Ledger device, and they didn't have any software really. That they were just compatible with other types of software. So you just had to, like, you would see wallets out there and they'd say, oh, you can use your Trezor with this wallet. And, you could connect it, right? So now, because of Ledger Live, people are kind of spoiled now. They're like, they don't realize that the device is supported in so many different places. They feel like everything should be in Ledger Live, and then they get all butthurt when, Ledger Live doesn't support Cardano. That was a big one for a really long time. People were mad. Why can't I see my Cardano in Ledger Live? You can now, but you still don't. They still don't fully support Cardano. You still can't stake Cardano. This one. Yeah. You still can't stake your Cardano in Ledger Live. So it's not fully supported in Ledger Live, but at least you can see it. Like, if that's all you're doing is just storing it and you want to see your balance and see it part of your portfolio, that's great, right? But yeah, there's more to life than just Ledger Live, for sure. Anyway, let new users know about the possible delays in the network as well. This can cause anxiety too. There's delays in all kinds of things in crypto that, yeah, you have to, deal with. Like, when you make a credit card purchase, it usually goes through within seconds, right? When you go to an ATM and pull out your money, that usually happens right away too. And most of the, financial transactions occur almost instantaneously. Although there are some things that occur with a bank that take a while. Like when I pay my bill to the power company, it doesn't hit my bank for a couple days usually. So that kind of stuff. Or when I make credit card purchases on the weekend, I don't see the balance updated in my my banking app for my credit card. I don't see the total balance until like Monday. Then it hits. So that's kind of delayed. But in crypto, the biggest delays you'll run into are when you make deposits and withdrawals from cryptocurrency exchanges. We withdrew from BINANCE US, and that MATIC that we withdrew earlier came in relatively quickly. I've seen withdrawals take there have been times where I've made a deposit on KuCoin, and it didn't show up over after 24 hours. It still didn't show up. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen occasionally. They usually will show up eventually. But I remember I withdrew some Pancake Swap token, and Binance Smart Chain Pancake Swap, and I deposited it on KuCoin, and it took a while to show up. It took like a whole day, but that's an extreme case. Another thing that takes a while is, let's say we want to make a deposit of Bitcoin into Coinbase proper. Let's go ahead and use their thing, right? Let's try this. I guess if you're going to make a deposit, you really don't need this advanced trading thing. Oh, okay. They want us to transfer our funds from Coinbase Pro, right? But let's say you just want to make a deposit. I guess you still do it on Coinbase, right? You just go here to send receive, and you hit receive, right? I want to make it, which, on Coinbase Pro, they would call it deposit. But in Coinbase, it says receive, right? And I don't know why OMG came up first. But let's say, okay, I want to deposit some Bitcoin, right? They give you a Bitcoin address. Now, this Bitcoin transfer, it might say, you make your Bitcoin transfer from your wallet. Let's do this one. No, I can't do that. Can I do this one? I have to put it. Okay. Okay, whatever. Let's just do this one. I don't usually do that, though. I hate to do that. Okay, let's go ahead and I'll demo this, right? Well, the reason I'm hesitant is because this account is associated with my Ledger Nano S Final Edition. Actually, I don't think I can do that either, because I think I wiped it while I was doing a demo. I need to do a restore before I can access that. Okay. All right, we'll do this one. I'm trying to do a demo for you guys. If I send some Bitcoin over to my Coinbase account, Coinbase might give me an alert within a few minutes and say, oh, we just received some Bitcoin. You just made a deposit of Bitcoin. It's going to cost us 68 cents to send $50 worth of Bitcoin. And we need to authorize it on our device. It should say you need to open the Bitcoin app, which I'll do. Make sure I don't bump my mic again. And then, okay, now I have to authorize the transaction. So I'll scroll through all that information. We'll hit approve. And then I have to approve the fees on the Bitcoin network. So let's say that let's just, for the sake of argument, let's just say that was $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. And I needed that $1,000 in my bank, right? And so I wanted to send $1,000 of my Bitcoin, $1,000 worth of my Bitcoin to Coinbase so that I could trade it for cash and then withdraw it to my bank account because I need it to pay bills or whatever, right? That's our scenario, right? Well, so I sit down at my computer in the morning and I go into my Bitcoin account and I make my transfer to Coinbase. And then I go back over to Coinbase and I'm freaking out. Where's my Bitcoin? Where's my Bitcoin? Where's the Bitcoin? It's not here yet. It's not here yet. And then I go over here to Bitcoin and I go to my wallet. And oh, thank God, it's on its way, right? I have a pending Bitcoin withdrawal or some deposit, right? So, sigh of relief. Oh, I didn't make a mistake. The Bitcoin that I sent from my wallet has shown up in Coinbase, and I got the address right. It's pending, so nothing to worry about, right? Well, unfortunately, it might take a couple of hours before it is spendable on Coinbase. I've noticed this with Bitcoin. I don't know why it is, but it'll tell you within minutes, oh, okay, you just deposited some Bitcoin in your Coinbase account. Great. Why can't I sell it yet? Right? Because it's not spendable yet. It takes so long for it to actually like show up in your portfolio, right? See, my portfolio still says 3 cents, right? Even when I refresh. Where's that Bitcoin? Well, it's pending, right? It's not in there yet. So that can be very frustrating, right? Especially when you need that money, right? You're freaking out. So you need to be patient with that. Now, usually Ethereum comes in pretty quick. Let's do Ethereum deposit. Again, we have to do receive. We're receiving it into our Coinbase account. And there's OMG again. Let's go down to Ethereum. It's taking forever, so I'm just going to search for it. All right. Okay. Yes. We want to make sure it's Ethereum and it's ERC20. Yes. That we're not using some odd other network. Copy the address into our clipboard. Go back over here to accounts. We'll do this Ethereum hidden. We'll send to that address. And we'll do another 50. And it's going to cost us 32 cents. That's less than the Bitcoin. That's weird. Okay. All right. And we'll hit continue. And now we need to authorize on our device, right? Because we're sending crypto out of the wallet, right? That's what the private key is for, is to keep the crypto locked. All right. So we'll hit Open Ethereum app by clicking both buttons. Right, it's going to ask us to authorize the transaction. It's going to give us a breakdown, review. There's the address, or that's the amount of Ethereum. There's the address we're sending to. There's the Ethereum fees, and then we say accept and send. And all is well and good. And the Ethereum is on its way. Right, so we can hit view details if we want, and shows us this. We can even view on Explorer. We can look at it on the Ethereum chain. This actually says it was successful. Happened really fast. Sometimes Ethereum transactions can take a while too, to complete. Right, you'll see over here it's processing. Let's go back over to Coinbase. And let's look in our Ethereum wallet. And let's see if we have a pending incoming. We'll go to wallet. And not yet, right? Let's refresh. And that's weird because we could clearly see that it completed on the blockchain. So if it completed on the blockchain, why isn't Coinbase acknowledging that they've got it, right? What's taking them so darn long, right? So you have to be a little patient. But if we go back to home and refresh, our portfolio is still only worth 3 cents, right? We don't have the Bitcoin yet or the Ethereum yet. Let's hit Ethereum one more time, see if we can go to wallet and see that pending. Yes. Okay. So we've got the pending incoming of $50. So, and I would venture to say that if we sit here and refresh, that it won't be long before we see the portfolio value go up to $50 for the Ethereum, right? The Ethereum will register and become spendable much faster than the Bitcoin. Don't know why that is. All right. But it will. All right, let's see what's going on over here. Sure, no problem, Barbara. Let's see. Josh, question. If it's stored on blockchain, then why was you worried to keep your Harmony 1 tokens on the Harmony staking wallet? The reason why I didn't want to keep my Harmony in the Harmony wallet was because I had experienced some software glitches in their wallet, right? I had tried to unstake and was getting weird error messages. So I didn't trust their developers to maintain a reliable wallet, right? Even though it was on the blockchain, I needed to be able to access it when I wanted it. The whole point of crypto is you have control over your coins. And if there's a shabby wallet that is unreliable, then I'm not going to trust my coins on your blockchain. And that's what happened with me and Harmony. I was like, It happened to me once. That was enough. Had trouble getting them unstaked or something of that nature. And I was like, did some Reddit and some searching, and they were like, oh yeah, the wallet's glitched right now, whatever. It's like, okay, that does not give me much confidence in your crypto. That's why I withdrew my coins from Harmony. Yeah. Depends, a blockchain is a blockchain, and it's reliable to a certain extent, but if you have a crappy wallet and I can't access my coins when I need them, then I'm not going to store my coins on that particular blockchain. I've never had a problem accessing my Bitcoin or Ethereum stored in my wallet. All right, whether it's MetaMask or Ledger Live, I've never had any problems. Now, I've had bugs with the Ledger Live and Polkadot and Cardano, and so that's why sometimes I would prefer to use third-party wallets. Had problems with Daedalus and stopped using Daedalus. I got tired of Daedalus being a glitchy wallet, right? So, what bugged me the most about Daedalus was that was supposedly created by the Cardano team. I'm like, okay, you guys got a great blockchain, but a crappy wallet. Why is your wallet suck so bad? Why does your, Daedalus wallet have to, resync periodically? When I go to view my balance, why do I have to re-download the Cardano blockchain again? Right? So, yeah, I'm pretty intolerant of wallets that don't work right. Yeah, the SEC is for the corporate bigwigs. I guess Paul went back and was watching the beginning of the live stream. Can you help me? I send Theta to my Ledger S Plus from Binance. US Theta's on Polygon. On Ledger, I can't see my coins. Theta has its own network, actually. Let's take a look at that. So if you buy Theta, let's go over here. Do they sell Theta on Binance US? Okay, yeah. Let's buy 50. Not this bank, pardon me. Let's buy Theta. Let's preview. All right, they're going to charge us 25 cents out of 50. It's not bad. Let's see if it goes through. And then let's hope that they'll let me withdraw it immediately, right? We'll keep our fingers crossed. All right, so let's go to our wallet. I'm surprised they didn't send me an email. Weren't they supposed to send me an email? Oh, I guess because I had made a purchase earlier that they didn't ask me for the email confirmation, but that was kind of weird. Let's take a look at that. Okay, they say it's there. Usually you have to, oh, that's on withdrawals. Pardon me. I'm getting old. All right. So we would like to withdraw this to our Ledger device, right? So let's go over here. Now, the problem with Theta is that there is no Theta account support in Ledger Live. So if we go over here and we say, I would like to add Theta. Oh, I see. Okay, so they have that. Okay. Never seen that before. That's new. Okay. On Polygon. That's kind of weird. Oh, okay. So they're going to want me to do a receive, and they're going to want me to receive it in my Polygon wallet, I'm assuming. That's kind of weird. Well, let's see. Yeah, they're going to put in that Polygon, and they're going to, the address they're going to generate, we can do the total confirmation on this if we want. Yeah, they want me to open Polygon. Okay. All right. All right, and there's that address, right? That same address we've been talking about all night, right? It's the same address of my Ethereum wallet. It's the same address of my Polygon wallet, right? But that's really not native Theta. It might show up there as a Theta token, but that's not native Theta. Native Theta is, let's see here. I don't know if you have it here. Let me see if it's here. Okay, so yeah, there is on the, but I want it here. I want it. Oh, I want it here. Let's try this again. Come on, baby. Why aren't you coming up? Still not where I want it to be. All right, let's see if I can switch it. Huh. It's not cooperating with me. Okay. Well, I should be able to add the network. Doesn't really matter which wallet. I can still, once I have the network, then I can switch the wallet. All right, so we've got the Theta, and then we can switch. Oh, we're on Ethereum hidden, right? So, oh, there's some TF. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I kind of see what they're doing, but there should be some Theta here too, actually. I'm not sure why it's not showing the Theta, because I know it's in here. So let's try. The coin. Oh, no. No. Yeah. Okay, here's what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm not doing a very poor job of it. There is a Theta wallet out there. And I guess I play with it over here, don't I? Yes, okay. This Theta wallet is how I manage my Theta, right? And you can go to hardware, and but you have to be in the Ethereum app to do this. So maybe I'm getting all whacked out here. Okay. We need to be in the Ethereum app to use the Theta wallet. This is a third-party Theta wallet. All right. I'm going to choose hardware. I'm going to choose ledger. I'm going to choose Ledger Live, Ethereum Ledger Live. I'm going to hit connect. I'm going to move this guy down so you can see the connect window. We're going to hit connect. And we might see the browser. Okay, we're not going to see it. Okay, see, it's the same address, right? All right, so I have 329 theta and that 4121 T fuel. So it's weird because I see it here, but I don't see the theta token. Should show me my theta token. And I guess it's going to probably show up over here as well. Let's see what happens when we withdraw. So let's go here and let's say withdraw. And what are the options they're going to give us? Okay, there's only one way. It's theta token. So we know the address, right? It's the same address, the one that ends in 478 BD. So it's the same as the one I have here, right? Right here, 478 BD. It's the same address that we have here in Polygon, 478 BD. And it's the exact same address that I have over here in this Ethereum wallet. All right. But they're only giving me one option, which is they call it theta. So let's see what happens. We'll withdraw it. Right. Let's hit preview withdraw. Oh, they want me to open this. This is, whoops. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. Let's just take this off for a sec. Let's hit preview withdrawal. It's going to cost us 16 cents. We'll confirm withdrawal. I need my Google Authenticator code. All right, done. Okay, an email confirmation. Okay, we got to do that. That's different. We want this one. Confirm the theta withdrawal to this address. Okay, now we can go to wallet. Now, where is it going to show up? Where is this theta going to show up? It's in transit at the moment, right? It's a pending withdrawal. Are we going to see it here? Or are we going to see it here? I don't see theta here, but they claim that it would show up here. Well, it might take it a minute. Okay, let's look over here. This is more where I would expect it to show up. We should see more theta, right? No, instead of 329, we should see... and where's my T fuel over here, by the way? I don't see T fuel over here. It's kind of weird. It's not a very good theta wallet. How much did we withdraw? We withdrew 37 theta. So I would expect it to show up. Ah, it already did. All right. So the theta and transactions. Oh, I got to go through this again. You can't just refresh it, right? You got to go through the process each time. All right, so it's showing up like a dandy in my Theta wallet, right? So if you are not using Theta wallet with your ledger, you can, right? Maybe your Theta showed up over there. It's a good wallet, and it works with your ledger, but you have to be in the Ethereum app when you access this, not the Polygon app. Let's go back to Ledger Live and see if it showed up at all in my Polygon wallet. Because it said it was supposed to, right? I was supposed to see a Theta token come in. Well, I don't see it. And they even told me it should be in there, right? When I pulled down add token, there it is, right? Where'd it go? Right? All this does is give me the address, right? We know the address. Right? There's the address. We sent it to that address. Why isn't it here? I don't see it here. Once again, Ledger Live has fallen short. Still don't see it. So if you sent some theta from Binance US to your Polygon address, you should be able to view it in the theta wallet by using the Ledger option with your Ethereum app, right? I can see my T-Fuel too. Right. I'm surprised that it doesn't show up in MetaMask though. I don't know what the contract address of theta. Let's see. Yeah, there's no like contract address for this. Oh, sometimes you might be able to find it on CoinMarketCap. Let's see. They might have it. Come on. Theta. Let's see. Do they have any contract address? They used to. I don't see the contract address. More info? Huh. Okay. Okay. Well, we could do this. There should be a Theta Explorer, right? And if we look for the token Theta, no? Okay. Oh, they want an address. Okay. I'm just trying to find the contract address for the Theta token on the Theta network so that I could import it into my MetaMask. But apparently there's no such thing. I can find it. Okay. That's weird. For such a high-end token, you would assume that, yeah, what is the contract address for it? I'd be just poking around in the dark trying to find it. But suffice it to say, it shows up just fine in the Theta wallet, but doesn't do so well over here in Ledger Live for some reason. Even though it's like getting funky on me. So let's reboot it and see if that does anything. If it will let me reboot. Oh, it did. Yay. I don't know what, I don't know that it updated at all, but it was kind of buggy before. I still don't see Theta. No Theta, no T-Fuel. Yeah, that's probably why you're pissed off, right? You're like, Ledger Live said it was going to show up in my Polygon wallet. Where is it? Nope. I don't see it. But I do see it where it should be in the Theta wallet. In the right address, right? Look in the Ethereum. Well, you might have sent it to your Ethereum wallet too, but when I made the withdrawal on Binance for Theta, they only had one network. They didn't offer me the option of withdrawing Theta as an ERC20 token. They only gave me Theta network when I went to withdraw it. Right? So they're not going to let me do it again because there's nothing in there now. But it only offered me Theta. So, which I always, I've always learned that you put your Theta in the Theta wallet. It's a good third-party wallet for managing Theta. But you use the Ethereum app to do it. Yes, crypto taught me to trust in my own ability to navigate this new form of digital money. Robert Conway looked in there too. That's what I did. Add the Theta token on Polygon on MetaMask if you can't see it in Ledger Live. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. I can't. Well, maybe if we search for it, let's try that. Let's try. Okay, we're on Theta. Yeah, it wants the address. I can't really search for Theta. Let's try this. Let's just Theta token contract address. Is that gonna be? Smart contract address is this. Okay, so they say. But do you trust Google? I don't know. It's like I don't trust Google much these days. But let's try that. Nope. Doesn't like it. Is it got a 0x? Yeah. Well, let's see. Is that let's look on Ethereum. Oh, here we could search for it. Nope. Doesn't like it. Okay. No, don't see it. Huh. Okay. Very strange. Yeah, I don't get it. Why don't I see I see T-Fuel but not Theta? And it's the same wallet, right? It's the same wallet I'm looking at over here. Same address, but in Theta wallet I see it, but not in MetaMask. So, Robert, you can't see it using Theta? The Theta wallet with your Ledger device? That'd be pretty foolproof, I think. So yeah, let me go through that one more time, just for the heck of it. Right? This is the address. All right. We connect our Ledger. We go to the Ethereum app. Wherever it is. Okay, there it is. We enter the Ethereum app. Maybe we'll start here, right? We go to hardware. We go to Ledger. We pull down till we get to Ethereum Ledger Live. We click connect. It connects to your Ledger. And then it offers you several addresses, just like MetaMask does. And you should see, if you move some Theta into that address, you should see it here. And then you have access to it. And you can send and receive from this wallet. And your Ledger will authorize outgoing transactions. This whole thing about why it's not showing up in Ledger Live is somewhat distressing. Because Ledger Live, when I searched for Theta, it assured me that I would see it in my Polygon wallet, but I don't. So I don't know why, right? And this is the same Polygon wallet, right? If we look here, that's the address right there. That's the address I sent the Theta to. So it's not showing up here, or is it? Do you see it? I still don't see it. Weird. And you can't import tokens into Ledger Live. It won't let you. That's on them. They do that. They add support for new tokens. And MetaMask, I could probably do it if I could figure out what the damn contract address for Theta is, but I can't. Usually you can see it like places like here. It gives you the contract address, but I don't see it. Yeah, usually like in overview, if you go down, there's like contract address. Yeah. Oh, maybe over here. I don't see it. It's just dumb. Yeah. That's really weird. Yeah. I don't know what to say. You don't have to download. Well, you don't have to download this. It's a web page. All you got to do is connect your ledger to it. Yeah. But you do need to have the Ethereum app on your ledger. I don't know if you sent your Theta to a ledger address or not. But if you did, then you should be able to connect to the Theta wallet and with your ledger, and you should see your balance. You should have your coin. You know, your coin is somewhere if you send it to your wallet. Oh, yeah, let's check Coinbase now and see what the status of my deposit is before I go. If I'm still logged in. Oh, okay. So I've already, I have both. I have access to both. The Bitcoin and the Bitcoin has arrived in the wallet. I'm still not like crazy about this. Can you look at your portfolio? Okay. So OBS Studio is getting tired. So I guess it's time to go. But yeah, I mean, in Coinbase Pro, you can look at your entire portfolio. Oh, assets. Okay. This is where you do it. Okay. So you go to assets, and then I can see I've got a balance of Ethereum and Bitcoin. And I could sell these, right? So like if I needed money, right, I could sell them. Let's do the BTC US dollar. How easy is that? Market, sell it all. Okay. And then that I should now have 50 US dollar and 50 Ethereum, right? And if we go to trade again and we do ETH US dollar and we do market and sell and 100%, we should now have $100 in US dollars in the account, approximately, right? Now, we should be able to do a withdraw, what they call a cash out, right? Cash it all, right? Continue. And it should ask me which bank I want to send it to. I could send it to Chase instantly for $1.50. Or I could just withdraw it to my bank for 1 to 3 business days. I'm not in a hurry, so I'll just do it the regular way. But that's kind of cool, that $1.50, if I needed to pay that bill right away. But it really isn't a big difference on the weekend. It doesn't matter anyway. You can pay your bill on the weekend, and it won't go through your bank until Monday or Tuesday anyway. Okay, cash out now. Is it going to ask me for my 2-factor? It didn't. That's interesting. Coinbase Pro would always ask you for your 2-factor. Anyway, thanks for being here tonight, guys. Sorry I was like kind of late coming in. Oh, Polygon says they haven't completed it. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, usually on Coinbase Pro, it could take up to a couple hours for my Bitcoin to clear. But when I did it tonight, it cleared pretty quick. Maybe that's the Coinbase Edge, right? As opposed to the Coinbase Pro Edge. Yeah. Anyway, Robert, I hope you find your Polygon. I'm sure it's there somewhere just waiting for you to find it. Showed you guys how to do some cash outs tonight. Hope that was enlightening. Showed you how to play around with some of the different networks. So I'll see you guys next week. Don't forget, we do this every week. Join me again on Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you.